In this video, you're going to learn about the basic instruction types. So how you can write the instructions. What are the different ways? So here mainly there are three types of instruction types. So start with the 3 address instructions, 2 address instruction, 1 address instruction, 0 address instructions. So we'll discuss these instructions with an example by taking one particular task to be performed using 3 address, 2 address and also 0 address instruction, 4 categories of instructions. So we'll start with the first one, 3 address instruction, and also for each of these case we'll try to solve one problem, that is adding content of A with B, register B, and store the result into, it is not register, actually it is a memory location. Memory location A is added with the memory location B, and whatever the sum you are going to get, that is stored into memory location C. So now use how this task can be solved using 3 address instruction, and what is the challenge in 3 address instruction we are going to discuss. So for all the 4 categories, we'll take this example and we'll try to solve the problem. So consider a statement called C is equal to A plus B in high level language program informs the computer. So in case if it is C program, normally how we'll write, you can directly write this and it can be understood by the compiler, and it going to convert into object program. So this statement indicates that add the content of A and B stored into memory location C. So now how to write this using assembly language, using different types of instructions. So in a high level language, so the meaning of this you can just rewrite as like this: C is equal to content of A plus content of B, and the result is stored into C. So now we'll try to solve this problem using 3 types of, actually 4 types of instruction. Now starts with the first one, 3 address instruction. So let me go to the example. So if it is 3 address instruction, that means where you are going to specify 3 operands in the instruction. So let me just write add. I'm just taking example, add A, B, C. What is the meaning of this? It tells it is a opcode or operation what is the operation it is going to perform, then operand, or you can just write it as source. I've used the term source. You can just use the source 1, source 2, and destination. So now example for this is a format for 3 address instruction, where you are going to represent 3 operands as a memory location, or it may be a register also. So you can, with respect to register, you can write it like this: add or not, or1, or2. Okay, so now for given task and representing, this is a solution: adding content of A with B and storing that into C. So this is a solution for this. Now what is the problem? Why we are not using 3 address instruction? If you recall, in the previous video I have just used the example of where I have considered only 2 operands. So why is so that we are using only the 2 operand instruction most of the time. So it is having disadvantage. 3 address instruction, it is having disadvantage that the instruction code will be too large to fit in one word location memory. Just recall, yesterday we have used a term called word length. What is word and what is word length? So word indicates it is a group of bytes, depending on the computer system, you are considering 16 to 64-bit computer. So if it is 32-bit computer, the word is of size 32-bit or 4 bytes and length is 32-bit. So this we have considered it as a word. So if this is the case, depending on the word length you have chosen, so sometimes, most of the time, it is not possible to represent all the operand as addresses. So it is exceeding the more than one word. In case if it is address represented is 32-bit, okay. So in that case, it is not possible to fit all the operands in the opcode and operands information in a single word. It may require more than one word. Okay, so this is one disadvantage with respect to 3 address instruction. So if k bits are needed to specify the memory address of each operand, okay, k bits for source and k bits for source 2 and destination also. If it is a memory location, once again it requires k bits. So it is equal to 3k bits. So it requires 3k bits for representing the operands alone. So in that case, it is not possible to fit into a word. So for that reason, so this is having 3 address instruction is having a limitation. So next we'll move on to 2 address instruction. The second one is 2 address instruction. So example, let me just write the format for this. The format for this is operation source. So the second one is acting as both. Second operand is acting as, this is source 1 and this is source 2, and also it is acting as the destination. You can just recall what was the example we have considered. That is an example of this 2 address instruction. Example, add R2 or subtract location A6 R2, something like this. So you can just write any number of instructions where it contains only 2 operands. So 2 memory addresses or register values you are going to represent. So now for given task we have considered one task to be performed using 2 address instruction, that is C is equal to A plus B. So now how we are going to write this using 2 address instructions. So these 2 are both are memory location. So we'll try to get the content. Add A comma C. So you can write different ways. There is no specific only how to use this method. You can use any other method also. So you can just go with the load B to C and A to C. What exactly it is happening? The content of B is loaded into C, then you are adding A to C. That means you are adding A plus B and storing into C. Yes, this is using move instruction. Okay, that is the only difference. And this is using the load instruction. So that is how you can write the instructions very easily if you are familiar to the different types of instruction. So here this add A comma B. In this case what happens? So here it is not going to change the value that is stored in the memory. Instead of this set of instruction, if you are writing add, see these memory locations are unchanged, A and B, but C is going to be changed. Final result you are going to store into memory location C. So add A comma B. So it is going to add the content that is present in memory location. Always when I tell memory, you just imagine it is a memory location assigned with the name A, and this is B, and this is C. If you take this example, okay, add A comma B, then what you can do, final result I need to store into C. Then you can just tell move B comma C. So consider 10, 5, the values are there. So after adding or executing this instruction, so 10 plus 5 it is 15. So the content that is present in at memory location B, it is overwritten. So it is written as A is unchanged and B is changed. And move B comma C. So whatever the result we are getting, the final sum that is stored into memory location C. Okay, it is going to modify the content. But if you are going with these instructions, so it is not going to change the content of B. Okay, let me just explain that here. So consider same example 5, and so according to this you are loading content of B to C. Okay, anyone you can take. Okay, B to C. Then what we are doing? So add A to C. So already C is having add A to C. That means in C you are adding content of C plus content of A. So the meaning of this statement. So what you are getting? 5 plus 10. So that is 15. 15 is stored into memory location C. So here content of A and B are unchanged. So that is how you can write the instruction depending on the requirement. So a single to address instruction cannot be used to solve our original problem, which is to add the content of location A and B without destroying either of them, place the sum into location C. That's what we have done using this, using these two instructions. We cannot perform in the single instruction. We are using two instructions to perform A plus B if it is two instruction types. So in this case also, if whatever the operands are it is specified, so in all instructions given above, the source operand are specified first and followed by destination. This order is used in the assembly language for machine instruction in many computers. But there are also many computers in which order of source and destination operand is reversed. Yesterday I told you, just always remember in this subject. So which is the source node and which is the destination, always remember. So whatever the example of processor we are discussing here, it is Motorola processor. So in this case, the source is the first operand is the source and the second operand is the destination, where the final result is stored. It may be changed in other processor. So this operand may be destination and this can be source. But in this subject, always remember the first operand is the source and the second one is the destination. So here once again, there is sometimes it may lead to limitation in case if both the operands are specified with a memory location. So another possibility is to have machine instruction that specify only one memory operand when second operand is needed, as in case of add instruction. Uh, implicitly there is a unique location to be considered. So let me just go to that. So here what is the limitation with respect to two address instruction is that even though it is two address instruction, will not normally fit into one word, or usually one word length and address size. So because whatever the operand you are specifying, so if both the operands are memory location, if it is register, there is no issue because the length of the register is limited. If the address, if it is using k bits, okay, and for this source or the destination also k bits plus opcode or operation, it also takes some. Normally it takes 8 bits to represent what type of operation. So sometimes it is not possible to fit even this in the one word address, one word length of memory location. So to overcome this problem, so they have introduced another category of instruction, that is one address instruction. One address instruction. So the name itself tells there is only one operand specified. So example, add A. Okay, that's all. There is no second operand. Then where is the second operand? So the second operand is implicit. Unit location called accumulator. It is an implicit register. Accumulator. It is called processor register. So yesterday we have discussed set of processor register. In addition to that, this is another register where the second operand is specified in the accumulator. That means now according to this definition, if I go for this instruction add A, what happens when the execution takes place? The content of A is added with the content of accumulator. Okay, that you cannot see, it is considered implicit. And where is the result it is stored? The result is stored back into accumulator only. Okay, result is stored back into accumulator. So this is how you can write the one address instruction. So you can say, just take a number of instructions for this example. If you want to load the value into the accumulator, okay, load A. What is the meaning of this? So the content of A is loaded to accumulator. So that is implicit. You are not explicitly specifying the second operand, but if you write this load A automatically, so the content of A is loaded into accumulator B. Similarly, if it is store A, if this is an instruction if you are writing, then the content of accumulator. So try to understand accumulator, content of accumulator or stored into memory location A. Okay, so this is when you are reading from memory, it is going to happen. This is when you want to write data into the memory. Okay, so now having knowledge on this one address instruction, now you can try to solve C is equal to A plus B using one address instruction. How you can write? So load A, add B, store C. Okay, content of A is loaded into accumulator and content of B is added to content of accumulator. Then whatever the result, that is, let me just write the meaning of this. So that is load A, content of A is loaded into accumulator. Next, the meaning of this add B is, so content of B is added with the content of accumulator, that is implicit, and final result is stored back into accumulator. Now whatever the final result A plus B, okay, the final result it is there, that I want, it is present in accumulator. Now if I want to load or store this into memory or write this result into memory, so you are going to use store C. Okay, store C means you are going to store the final result that is present in accumulator. Okay, so it's very simple. Just remember, here the second operand is specified in the accumulator. Similarly, you can just go with the zero address instruction. Okay. So instead of load and store, you can just use the a move instruction that can be used. Next, you can go with the zero address instruction. Actually, it is zero address instruction. It is possible to use instruction in which the location of the operand is defined implicitly. So in the previous category, one address instruction where only one operand is considered implicitly and that is stored in the accumulator. But in case of address instruction, zero address instruction, both the operands are specified implicitly. So normally example where you can use this zero address instruction is push down stack. Okay, so you're going to learn when we start discussing about the stack operations, you will come to know that how to use this push down stack operation where it contains no operands and operands are considered implicitly.